Alright, so I only just woke up about 20 minutes ago, and while I was sleeping, apparently we found out some new information about the cancelled Crash Bandicoot 5 game. Nintendo Everything posted this. It's gotten quite a bit of attention, about 1 million views. Details have emerged about a cancelled Crash Bandicoot 5 game that would have been a crossover with Spyro the Dragon. Let's just read this. Crash Bandicoot 5 was reportedly in development as a Spyro crossover, but it was cancelled. According to an in-depth report from Did You Know Gaming, Toys for Bob was once developing Crash Bandicoot 5, which would have been a crossover with Spyro the Dragon, however the project was ultimately cancelled. The hook behind Crash 5, aside from Crash Twinsanity's Academy of Evil making a comeback as the main setting, involved the return of Uka Uka, who previously appeared in Crash Bandicoot Warped and was in Crash Bandicoot 4's Secret Ending. Uka Uka would have gained access to an interdimensional portal in which he would travel to Spyro's universe, use his magic on the Dragon Elders, and send that world into chaos while also threatening Crash's home. Crash Bandicoot 5 was considered to be slightly darker compared to the previous title in terms of both visuals and storytelling, with a stronger focus on the series lore. Crash and Coco would then go on an adventure to and from Spyro's world in hopes of stopping Uka Uka. They would naturally meet Spyro himself and restore the Dragon Elders. Toys for Bob was considering various ideas for Crash Bandicoot 5 and the Spyro the Dragon crossover at the time. These included the return of realms from the original Spyro impacted by Uka Uka's sorcery, collecting dragon feathers, bringing back some legacy Spyro characters like Norks, and more gender-swapped alternate universe characters similar to Entropy in Crash Bandicoot 4. Aside from Crash and Spyro, other playable characters such as Nina, Cortex, and Coco being considered as well. Crash and Spyro may have been playable separately, but there was also discussion around having them be used together. One idea even involved Crash riding on Spyro's back. Toys for Bob only worked on Crash Bandicoot 5 for around 3 to 4 months. The team largely focused on concept art and some early demo environments at the time. This was done between summer and November 2020, all in pre-production. Unfortunately, Activision then cancelled Crash Bandicoot 5, in part due to Crash Bandicoot 4 not meeting the company's lofty sales expectations. Darn you! And moving away from big-budget single-player games. Would you have liked to see this game become a reality? Of course! Oh man, that's depressing. That's depressing. Now, it's like what other people have already mentioned, just because this was scrapped doesn't mean we're never going to see a Crash 5. Especially with Activision being different to how it was 4 years ago, with the acquisition. But it's still very depressing that a Spyro and Crash crossover, which the idea sounded so fucking cool, it was in pre-production in 2020 for 3 or 4 months. Which means, if it just didn't get cancelled to the dumbest fucking reason possible, bro, Crash 4 didn't even sell badly, right? It didn't sell as well as like the Insane Trilogy or anything, but it still sold very good numbers and made a lot of money considering it was a full price game. Crash 4 didn't even sell badly to the point where I think you warrant cancelling it. And on top of that, it was the middle of a pandemic. The depressing thing though, like I said, is that if they never stopped working on that, if that didn't get cancelled, that game would be out right now. It's been about 4 years now, so if it wouldn't already be out, then it would be coming out very soon. That's the sad part, because while I think, yeah, we will get a Crash 5 at some point, early ideas do get scrapped all the time. The sad part is that early idea not only would have already been finished by this point and would have a new game, but it sounded fucking awesome. It just sounded like a really cool game. The thing with game development is that it just takes so long. It's like, if you finished Crash 4 back then and you were like, wow, I can't wait for Crash 5, well, you're going to be waiting 3 or 4 years, and that's if it starts development at the time that you're playing the first game. While you're finishing Crash 4, it has to already have started development if you want that next game within 3 or 4 years, and that's a long time already. But if something goes wrong, like it does here, there might not be another Crash game in development right now, and if there isn't, then we might be waiting for another 4 years. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about that because last month, we did find out that there was a Crash 5 project that was cancelled, and we didn't really know anything about it. Now we know a bit more. Still the same kind of thing. It's like, early ideas get scrapped. Just because we saw that get scrapped doesn't mean we can't see a different idea or even the same idea get used at a later point. It's still very sad though, knowing what we could already have finished right now, and it would have probably been so good. Toys for Bob are working on it too, which is like all we needed. We already know they can make a great Crash game. That's unfortunate, but again, I think we'll see another Crash game at some point. I don't know when, and I don't know what it will be. Either way, thank you for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. I will link the article down below. Definitely subscribe if you're new here, and I will see you all in my next video.